Hello everyone, this is SparcMan. Welcome to the game of Transcendence. This is a game created by George Morisato. It's a freeware game. It was made, I guess, just kind of as a hobby, and it turned out really nice. This is the version 1.01 version. There's plans in the works of advancing it to a 2.0, which is going to have like twice the content. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this started, take a look and see what we got. Let me just go back really quick. You can select your name up here, male or female, which actually has very little bearing on the game itself. And we're also going to turn the music off because that music tends to get on my nerves. Okay, start it up. Now we get to choose from 3 different classes of spaceship. Then we have the freighter, which we'll discuss each one. We have the Wolfen, and we have the Sapphire. The freighter is kind of a slow ship. It's has the most cargo space. It's a freighter, really, but it can carry a lot of stuff, heavy armor, and but it tends to be very slow. The Wolfen class gunship is the exact opposite. It's very light. It moves quickly. It's very agile. It's fairly weapon oriented. The amount of armor that it can take is kind of limited, and its cargo space is very limited. And the Sapphire class yacht is kind of an in-between. And one more thing about the cargo space on the freighter. It says cargo space cannot be expanded. Let's go over these really quick. It comes with an omnidirectional laser cannon, so it will automatically target the nearest enemy until you get a targeting upgrade, and then you can select your targets. It has a Class 1 deflector shield, have a titanium armor, which is fairly decent armor for starting out. You got a 25 milliwatt reactor, which I believe is the heaviest reactor you get in the starting class. It's got a built-in hyperdrive. You've got a 200-ton cargo hold, which it says cannot be expanded. However, there are certain types of cargo holds that you will want to add later on, which give you special capabilities. We'll go over that later. And let's see. You got expansion slots available. Alright, you've got the Sapphire class yacht, which comes with a recoilless cannon, Class 1 deflector, which is the same, reactive armor, which is not as good as the other one for the freighter. Okay, you got a reactor, which is only 15 milliwatt. You got a main drive, a 50-ton cargo hold, which is only a quarter of what the other one has, but you can expand it up to 150 by adding on. Okay, the Wolfen has the best weaponry. For starting out, you got a dual laser cannon as well as a missile launcher, hull plate ionizer, which is alright, and the light plasteel, which is pretty light armor. Well, it's not bad actually. It's got a more HP than the others. Very light reactor, so you're gonna have to upgrade your reactor pretty quick. And let's see. Got the main drive, only 35 tons cargo hold, and you can only upgrade it to 100. 5 expansion slots. Now, I suppose I should go, before we go on, what kind of game is this? It's a role-playing game, really. It's a role-playing game that it's role-playing and space combat in a 2-dimensional form. And before we go on, let's go back to the screen one more time. This screen kind of shows you a preview of what the space combat looks like, and you can be doing a lot of this. It's kind of cool. You can actually control this screen a little bit. You can press the P or Shift P to switch between the 2 ships here, and if there's more than one in a fleet, there's basically going to be 2 warring factions. You can press O to switch to the other opponent, which is almost the same. And let's see, you can press K to kill the current ship, which spawns another ship in its place. Let's see what it spawned. Okay. Well, this one's probably going to own the other one, but anyways, you can just keep going. You can press, that was K to kill the current ship. D duplicates the ship, so you can press D a whole bunch of times and have a little fleet of ships. Oh, let's take a look. Uh-oh. Xenophobe Defender, that's a pretty tough one. Anyway, you get the idea. So it's kind of cool. There's apparently some plans in the works to make this into a screensaver, which would be really nice. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started. We're going to select the Sapphire, which is the in-between ship. Alright, we'll go ahead and read this text here. When the dream came, you knew Domina had chosen you. You would sacrifice everything for the chance she offered, to join her at the galactic core, the eternal temple of the gods. Leaving your former life behind, you begin the long journey. No matter what obstacles lie in your path, you will not fail Domina. You will reach the galactic core. Well, we'll see. Hey, welcome to Transcendence. Alright, so here we are. We can move around forward to thrust, and note that you have momentum in this game. Unless you slow down, you keep going. Alright, there is a help screen, which is very nice. Press F1, gives you a lot of information. Tells you what all the keyboard controls are. A lot of different controls to learn. Another thing it shows you, which is nice, is the damage types, which you're going to want to pay attention to later. You have various different damage types. Most of the starting weapons will be laser, kinetic, blast. The other ones are mostly, you're going to see them in the future. Some of these you don't even really see in this version, but we'll expect to see that later on when the game gets developed further. Alright, so go ahead and start out. It kind of helps you out, it gives you information. Let's go ahead and dock with this. This is the Sisters of Domina. You adopt an abbey of the Sisters of Domina, woman wearing a flowing red robe. Can't read today. Red robe approaches you. Welcome, pilgrim. Your journey to the galactic core has just begun. Your path will be filled with many obstacles, but do not worry. Domina chooses only those who have the strength to succeed. Now, you hear that noise in the background? Someone is having a little battle around us. Note that when you're docked, the action does not stop. Things continue to happen, although most dock screens like this will slow down the action, about half speed or so. But things do continue to happen when you're docked in a dock screen and doing different things. All right, so I'm not going to go ahead and I'm not going to actually read all through all this. It gives you a lot of background information about what is this Domina and what are you supposed to be doing. But I'm not going to read through all that. I'm not going to bore you with that. You have options here, .tithe, which basically you give some of your money, which is credits, to Domina. I'm not going to give them anything right now. Sanctum, which actually gives the ability to increase some of your powers, because when you start off, you have some Domina powers. We'll go over that later. But by offering an item, this is something out of your inventory, you can increase your power. Pilgrim's Aid, you can sometimes get a freebie if you're really in trouble. It's not a good thing to rely on. Alright, so let's go ahead and proceed. That was D for docking. You have some other keys available. M for a map. The map is really nice. You can zoom in and out with the minus key and the equal key. Kind of see what's going on. As you discover different things on the map, it'll label them for you. And there's other things, other events that will label things on the map as well. Now you can actually move around while you're looking at the map, and as it's suggesting, you can press A, which basically speeds up time, because you're going to be traveling some pretty large systems at some point. Okay, now there's some other controls, like if you hold down the period key, it slows you down and eventually stops you, which is handy if you don't want to keep floating around forever and you don't have anything to dock with nearby. Okay, so we have various stations here, and we'll go ahead and start looking at some of those before we cut this off. Got a fuel station. We can dock with that fuel station. We have some options here. And we can buy items. We can buy these things, which will add them to our inventory. Right now, we don't need to buy anything from here. Sometimes, and it's kind of a joke, really. Actually, a lot of these things are jokes, like the hydrogen gas and water ice. Like you can buy ice at a gas station. You can also often buy a map at the gas station, which is kind of an inside joke. All right. You can also buy fuel by hitting refuel, and it adds your fuel directly to your reactor core. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off right here, and we'll continue on the next video. Thanks for watching.